Hello, friends. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Elevate with Erica. When this episode drops, it will actually be the day after Mother's Day. But I can't let an amazing day like that pass by without dedicating an episode to you moms. So let me say something to the single dads too that may be listening. For all the moments that you've had to be the mom too, know this message is for you today as well. And for all the other people listening that think this won't apply to you today, I just hope that you'll use my message to go show some appreciation for the women in your life, even if it's just a quick message to let them know what they mean to you. I'm going to say something that I sometimes feel guilty for saying out loud, but I know this is like a non-judgment space here, right? Based on my past episodes, my confession last episode regarding my marriage, I feel accepted here. So this one makes me feel a little bad sometimes when I say out loud in a group setting, because I don't mean for it to sound insensitive to those struggling to conceive or to those who have lost their babies. And I also don't want it to sound like I don't know what a gift my two boys are, because what I'm about to say actually proved exactly how big of a gift they are in my life. I did not want to be a mother. It's not that, like, if it happened, it was the worst thing in my life, but I never in the years prior to becoming a mom thought, I can't wait to have kids. Like, I wasn't that little girl running around with her baby dolls. I was like running a restaurant in my bedroom. I would sit at my mom's desk and just want to play on her calculator and write things down on Post-its. I actually said that if it happens, fine. Like, it was meant to be, right? But I wasn't actively seeking out, can't wait to be a mother kind of thing. And I thought, my life would be fine without having children. It just wasn't one of the big hopes in my life. I wanted to be a businesswoman. I wanted to be a leader. I wanted to make a lot of money and travel. And guess what? I still unapologetically want all of those things. But those goals were my only focus for a very long time. And I've said this before. I remember being a little girl and getting to go to work with my mom, and it was like the best ever. I was never bored in that office. I wasn't asking her what time we were leaving. I may have been asking her for snacks, because that part hasn't changed about me. I still snack all day. But when she gave me things to file, I felt like I was getting closer to my dreams, y'all. I did. I wanted to work. I did know that I wanted something way bigger than what a job like that would ever pay, but I wasn't quite sure of that path just yet. I wasn't quite sure how I was going to get there. I was little, you guys, but I knew I was on my way filing that stuff. Well, they say God has a way of looking at your plans and laughing, right? Or something like that. I think Thomas Rhett has a song that's like, you say your plans and you can hear God laughing. Along came my firstborn, Aaron. I was 24 when I had Aaron, and wow is all I can say to you. I often say that he saved my life. While I love to work hard, I also loved to party hard. And I don't like to think where my life would be today if God didn't give me him. Motherhood is the best practice for life. I mean, think about it. It totally changes you, doesn't it? What else can have a profound effect like that on your life other than motherhood? As I was thinking about this topic today, I realized I can not only say that my firstborn saved my life, but my boys, both my boys, have made me the resilient woman that I am today, that is able to keep getting back up. I mean, right, moms? Like, if you are a mom who still finds herself doubting what she's capable of, I want this episode to remind you today of what a badass you are. There is no better practice for life than what you do as a mom. How often do we feel like we're screwing up, right? How often have we screwed up? And then how often do we just keep trying and we brush that bad day off where we maybe didn't give the perfect advice, where we maybe raised our voices too loud, not necessarily because of what our kids were doing, but more so because of things we were dealing with that they had no idea of. We just keep trying, right? We don't say, well, mom got frustrated today, so tomorrow I'm not going to be your mom. I mean, right? No, we get back up and we get back in their lives with love, because that's the one thing that never wavers, our love for our babies. I'm not a perfect mom. I don't believe that that even exists. I guess unless you say perfectly imperfect, right? But we aren't robots. And what if we approached everything we are passionate about in life with that same method? Whether it's a health journey, a marriage, or any relationship, a career, a craft, what if we pursued those things expecting that we would screw up some days, but know that in the end, our love, our passion for that thing was unwavering? Quitting is not an option you have on the table as a mom, right? I mean, there may be some days where you want to run away and open a margarita stand in Mexico, but we're not actually going to do that, right? Quitting is not an option because of your unwavering love for your child. Why is quitting an option when it comes to the unwavering love for yourself? That love should be that strong too, right? We teach our children how to love and treat themselves by how we care for ourselves and honor our dreams, goals, and desires. The way you love yourself matters, mom. They are watching. Quitting on yourself is not self-love. Neither is ignoring your dreams or waiting until or sacrificing your joy for someone else's or putting your emotional, mental, physical health on the back burner. Let's show our babies how to fiercely fight for ourselves, just like we would fiercely fight for them. I want my boys to grow up with that kind of fight within them for their goals, to grow up just ready to work for everything that they want, everything that would bring them joy, regardless of the obstacles that they will undoubtedly face. Don't you want them to take quitting off the table for the things that they truly love and want in life? You show them that kind of unwavering love, yes, by being their mom. But what if you showed them that kind of love isn't just something that you give out into the world? It's something that you need to give in, something you need to give to yourself too. A secure future for your child isn't just inheritance and a college degree and knowing they can come to you when needed. It's teaching them how to love themselves enough to not quit on themselves. And look, I'm not an expert on parenting or children, but I know love. And I think it's a language that we all understand. And as I was thinking about this topic today, I realized that's why I don't quit on my health journey, because I love the woman that I have become on that mental and physical journey, and I will not quit on her. I realize that from that love, I've been able to start dreaming bigger, allowing myself the room to do that, pursuing bigger goals, taking chances, and stop trying to live the life I think I'm supposed to, and instead live the life that I want to. And the ability to build that mental and physical health journey and not give up came from the resiliency I gained by becoming a mom. Repeatedly thinking I'm getting it wrong, and sometimes actually getting it wrong and getting back up no matter what and trying again the next day. It's no different than what it takes to stay committed to making my health a priority. It's not about perfect. It's about an unwavering love where you won't give up. It's not even an option on the table. Motherhood is an amazing practice for taking quitting off the table. Stop giving yourself that choice. Mom, you are so worthy of that kind of love too, and nobody can love you like you can. That just gave me I just felt the goosebumps run down my arms. Can you imagine if our kids grew up knowing that no one could love themselves like they can? What a secure foundation that could build. And we get to show them that. That has to be one of my favorite things about being a mom, too, that even when we screw up, I look at it as an opportunity of showing them that, you know what? I'm not perfect. Mommy is not perfect. And I love that they don't expect you to be. And I get an opportunity to show them how to own our less than perfect moments, apologize when appropriate, and keep trying, learning together as we grow. Learning as we go is exactly what I did with my firstborn, Aaron. And I look at him today, and moms, I know you can relate. I just think, how did he get this big? He will be 13 in a couple months. And my gosh, when I pick him up after he's been at his dad's for just 2 days, I swear he's bigger. I picked him up from school yesterday, and well, it would have been, yeah, it was yesterday. Yesterday when I'm recording this, well, I just got caught up because you will not be hearing this till like a week and a half after I record this because I'm heading out for Europe tomorrow. But when I was picking him up from school yesterday, he was telling me some drama-filled middle school story, right? And I was just looking at him up and down, sitting next to me, thinking, why is there an adult sitting next to me right now? But then in an instant, I can see his face. In an instant, I can see his big, bright eyes looking at me with his hair sticking straight up. I always called him my Gerber baby. I swear he looked like the baby on the jar. Maybe all moms say that. I don't know. But he had these big, bright circle eyes like the Gerber baby. And I can see him like that, like it was yesterday. And while my heart fills with love, remembering that, it also fills with heartache, because those were some of the toughest years of my life. And that may sound crazy. Well, I mean, maybe not to you guys as parents, but motherhood is so complex, so challenging, yet so amazing. I was so tired. He had acid reflux, and if he wasn't on my boob, I was bumping. I literally had no break, wasn't producing enough because of the stress and exhaustion either. My nipples bled, y'all. My breasts were sore. He fed every hour, only to throw it up. We tried all the doctor recommendations and nothing would help. I did eventually give in and move to formula, but prior to it was just me and him. There really wasn't much anyone else could do because I needed to feed him or be pumping all the time, and I still couldn't get ahead. Not to mention if someone else held him, he was definitely going to vomit all over you. So whenever I handed him over to somebody, I gave a warning. I slept in the rocking chair in his room many a times. He was such a light sleeper, also because his stomach was so unsettled. And of course, I decided to start to work on my master's degree when he was just a couple months old, while also working a 9 to 5 as well. His dad, my husband at the time, working full-time in physical labor, and he would come home tired, not much help, but at least I had someone else to settle him down. Like even anything was a break. And most of my pictures of Aaron with his dad at that time are the two sleeping together in the recliner for that reason. His dad and I did a lot of growing up together in becoming parents. I was 24, his dad 23, and we went through it, y'all. Me trying to get him home with me and helping me more, and him still holding on to his youth, his friends, his job, his volunteering at the local fire department. He just wasn't there like I wanted him to be. And when I think of Aaron, I remember those times too. I remember the many times in the middle of the night when it was just me and him, and I would cry while rocking him because I was just so tired. It was so hard. But no matter, my love for him never wavered. He became the best thing that ever happened to me. I talk a lot about me and my youngest now because he still just wants to do everything with me. He's only 9. Whereas my oldest is getting to be a lot more independent, and he'll basically go wherever and with whoever is having a good time. So a lot of my pictures on my social media are with my youngest. And sometimes I'm like, do people realize that I do have another child? Because that first child, he's the one who changed my life. And this is why there is no favorite, right, moms? Because we love our babies for just totally different reasons. And me and Aaron had 3 beautiful years together, just us before his brother came along. And gosh, that kid is such a great friend. He's my child, yes, but he's my friend too. For all of those moments, it was just me and him, and I was struggling, thought I was doing it all wrong. And he would make me laugh. He made me strong. A big reason I am the resilient woman that I am today. And I know so many of you can relate to things I'm saying in your own way. As moms, we have to share these less than perfect things with one another without judgment so that we know we aren't alone. We are strong, and we are raising actual humans, you guys. So we are pretty amazing. My boys have been by my side on my worst days and my best days, and every day they wake up and they love me all over again. My youngest, Hunter, would put me up against any Disney princess without question. How cool is that kind of love, right? I shared this with you today because of Mother's Day and wanting to remind you of everything that you're capable of just because you're a mom, for goodness sakes. You did that. You can do anything, but also to share my wish for you. My wish is that you start to love yourself like that too, without judgment, without seeking perfection, without quitting, an unwavering love through the ups and downs, highs and lows. You wake up and you keep going. I read a poem from, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Jess Ehrlich's. I was told my world would change. I was told that my house would change. I was told that I wouldn't sleep. I was told I'd lose my sanity and myself. I was told my body would change, and so would my bank balance. I was told my life would change, but they forgot to tell me that I would change. And I did, in the best way, because of you. Maybe they were saving the best for last. Gosh, isn't that the truth? No one told me how strong a woman I would become. And in case you forgot that, Mom, I'm here to remind you of that today. There was no class or book that made you the woman you needed to be the mom that you are. It was through trial and error and the unwavering love that comes with motherhood. And next time you are afraid to break out of your comfort zone, remember there is no push out of the comfort zone like being a mom. Successful mothers are not the ones that have never struggled. They are the ones that never give up despite the struggles. That is exactly what I work to help women do every day. That is why I love what I do, because I know it's possible. I know what's possible because motherhood taught me that. I know that it's within you to never give up despite the struggles. Remember that. Motherhood changed you into a badass woman. Don't you forget that, friend. I'm rooting for you to get after your big goals today and make loving yourself about not quitting on yourself. That kind of love deserves to be giving out and in. Happy Mother's Day to all the listeners of the show who are moms. And if you're not, take this opportunity to reach out to a mom in your life today. Just let her know that she's amazing, because trust me, she thinks she's screwing it all up. Until next episode, friends.